Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a color focus, kind of a little color story from where we were. This one is about a color that I have always had as a basic in my watercolor palette, and I've used it many years for so many things. Typically when you guys ask me about a yellow that I have in a painting, it's usually this one. So I wanted to line it up against Sunflower, which was one of our last color stories, and True Yellow, which is also a beautiful warm yellow, which I recently did as in comparison with Quin Gold, Olive Leaf, Gold Metallic. This is 24 karat gold metallic, and French Sienna. So let's start a new page, and we're gonna go on with this little color story, and I'm gonna show you what I typically, I use Azo Yellow for everything, right? So a lot of times when I need a nice warm yellow, and this is a honey pot of it. You can get this at jackswatercolor.com in the honey pot section. So this is a handmade honey version of Azo Yellow. It is 2-3 times the pigment of any other Azo Yellow I've ever used, because I make it myself. So one of the things I love about Azo Yellow is you have several different things to it. There's several different qualities. There is the quality that you can use at almost full strength, and then you can rinse your brush out. And there is the quality that it has in dilution, when it's diluted, and it is the most gorgeous and most flexible transparent yellow that you'd ever want to work with. And that's why I tend to paint everything from landscapes to botanicals with this yellow. I love it. Now there's a lot of other yellows I use. You see me use so many. And they all have beautiful qualities, but I can say the reason why I keep this one always in my palette is it's just kind of a go-to for when it comes to transparent yellows. Now you can't really layer it over anything but itself, and I think that's where it differs from some of the other yellows I have, like Sunshine, right? Or some of like the other yellows that I've showed you, like Daffodil and things like that. They are different qualities. But this one, as far as transparency and like for a beautiful yellow, it really does work. Now let me show you one of my favorite things to do with this. So we're just gonna take some at almost full strength, and we're going to start to develop it out very simply. This is just an angular shader, and I'm gonna show you how this works. And then in the center, I'm gonna just curve it. I'm gonna take a paper towel, and we're gonna splash it out just like that. See how easy that is? Then I'm gonna wet the rest of the paper. And watch and see. So you could leave it like this if you wanted to, and you could let it dry and you could build on top of it. Or you can take this gorgeous yellow, again, develop it out, give it some texture. And it also, you can see it has the granulation. It has like for a transparent color, it's got this really nifty granulation that I love, right? And I love that because it gives you that really funky, cool texture. So now we're gonna take, say, Carmine, Opera Rose, Quin Rose, whatever it is that you like. Let's take some of my Quin Rose, and I'm gonna start to just go along the edges here. And build up a pretty little sunset. So see how lovely it mixes? Now, if you want even more color, you just keep scratching that in, adding more color. This is a lovely kind of like muted version, but You can also add more. And do some really, really neat texture. And let these two colors mix together and give you that more bright orange leading from the pink. Isn't that just stunning or what? How beautiful is that? And done so quick, right? And we can dilute that out. We can really kind of like just keep adding the water to it. And then this is what I love about this. I can actually, oh, here comes my company. I can dry some of it out and just kind of get some of that beautiful area back in there. You know what I mean? Where you can play with it. I can establish a horizon line right there. And then just scrape. This is just my sketchbook paper too. Okay, now watch this. Now we're gonna take some Midnight Dream. Hi, Mango. What's up? You wanna come say hi? This is Mango. Mango saying hi. Hi, Mango. Hello. She's molting right now, can you tell? She wants to bite me. Where are you gonna go? Why don't you go up on your perch? Yeah, we'll say hi. Let's show everybody who you are. Mango. Hi. Hi, beautiful girl. How are you? Here's my beautiful Mango. Pretty girl. She's a good girl. Yes, she is. Such a pretty girl. She's yellow like the Azo Yellow. So you can take ultramarine. You can take, this one is Midnight Dream. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to use Midnight Dream. Let's use something kind of more basic so that you have a reference. So let's use just a pretty blue. This one is Blew Me Away. Also a color from my watercolor store that I make. It is somewhere in between a cobalt and an ultramarine, so not quite as purple as the ultramarine. It's more of a really pretty true blue. So I'm just gonna kind of splash it in here for a pretty little rough cerulean kind of look. And we're going to add it to some of our horizon line a little bit, but just a little bit. This is a very, very rough, fun little seascape. Now this is just one of my favorite relaxing things to do with Azo Yellow, and there's so many other things. But you can see how lovely and warm it is and how well it mixes, you know, with pretty much anything. Look at that, so serene, so pretty. So now let's go back over to this other one, and we can mix our blue in with it. Actually, you know what? Let's do something different. Let's take some green. What have I got? I have some avocado green. Avocado green is a great color. Just do something fun. Let's mix it in with that blue. So we've got kind of like a little landscape here. Actually, I like the texture of it mixed in with the blue. It's kind of something different. Okay, let's take our spatula. So I'm just kind of creating some texture. Pulling that avocado green, a little bit of that blew me away, just right up, just to give it a little foreground, a little midground, and to frame in that sunshine. Okay, Hi, Mango. She's walking around my shoulder now. Oh, no, somebody's on my head. That is not Mango. I think this is Coco. It is Coco. Oh, I got everybody over here now. Yes, it is Coco and Ginger. So this is a pointed round. We're going to take a little bit of the yellow, just for fun. And we're going to use this here to establish something. Okay. Then we're going to take our brush and we're just going to like lay it down here and let it kind of go over itself, right? Because it's a transparent, so it does a great job at casting light. I could put some of the layers with the texture. So see the texture? This is still the same color. This is Azo. So my Azo has texture. You see how that is? It's beautiful because it's got like this lovely, lovely golden texture that you can use. Okay, now let's back it back out so you can see. And adding that avocado, we're just gonna hit and let it evolve into some of the areas. Now we want kind of it to just branch out, you know? And it's going to mix on paper really, really well. And then you could just take a little more and you can touch it in. But see how lovely that is and how it just gives us that gorgeous shade of gold. With a little bit of light in there. And then if you want to, you can even dry some of it up. But look at that, isn't that just great? Now we're gonna take a little bit of, let me see, what can I use? I think I'll just mix myself some neutrals. So let's just grab a little bit of true yellow, a little bit of the avocado, since that's already here. I'll add a little bit of my Queen Rose to it. Get a little more earthy. There we go. Make it a little darker. It's just still gotta dry. And then while it's wet, I am going to carve in my tree. Let's give it some texture. See, and it's still behind all of these wispy grass elements, right? And then I'm also gonna drag some in here. Oh, here she comes. Here she comes. Oh, what are you doing, girl? Why don't you come sit on my shoulder? So you see what I'm doing here? I'm going within the tree. Now you don't have to do this step, you know, if you don't want to put in those little branches, but I'm scraping the branches right in, and this is just sketchbook paper. It is a 100% cotton sketchbook, though. A good one is Adam Eula, makes a really, really lovely one. Let me know if you need a link, and I'll get you one for where you can buy them. So just different weights. Isn't that great? And then I'm just gonna drop in a little bit of the dark color here and there. This is just a little of my neutral. Oh, don't eat the paint, come here. She's a naughty girl. So this is just a little bit of my neutral. Then I'm gonna go back mix in some of my yellow with my avocado. And voila. Just kind of touch some of those areas that I scraped in. And I'm just going to bring some of the little leaves out in this avocado. And a little bit more yellow here, because you want it to reflect some of that lovely yellow as it comes out into the light. So see on the edges, as it comes out into the light, we just use a little bit of that yellow. Don't need to do too much. Add a little more avocado in here. Just kind of connect in some of those areas. If you see them drying and being a little bit too watered down with the water on your paper, add in a little bit more avocado just to get the depth, and it will dry out really nicely. So you can do any shaped tree, you know. There you go. Beautiful. Quick little landscape for you, isn't it great? All right, let's zoom out so you can take a look. Hopefully you see the light. So there we go. That is how I use Azo Yellow. Two great ways to use it, mixing with your pinks, your blues, your greens. So many nice ones. So this was Azo Yellow and Avocado, and then this was Azo Yellow Blew Me Away and Quinacridone Rose. So pretty. Two beautiful colors. All available at Jack's Watercolor. Have a great one, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I would love to see your version. So if you have any similar colors and you'd like to give this a try, please do post it for me so I can see it. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.